Kupina kuphi emakhaya emadolobheni aseComplus takhona sakumukela kubukele Yilungelo Lakho, it's your right. Njengoba ke lo mnyaka sofika emaphethelweni asasibuke ukuthi bosiphatheleni sibuka ke dingucuko lebetkhona kulo mnyaka kanti ke sifinze sibuke nesisiphoseliso eminyakeni lodako. Mina ke ngingiSimphiwe Ngcongwane kanti leli Yilungelo Lakho asisibuke ukuthi lo mnyaka bosiphatheleni. Ngubani ke lobeka ngakhohlwa kwenyuka kwentsela? Bathi bathengi basabuke lokho kwenyuka petrol. Kwenyuka petrol ke kucophe umlandvo ngoba unyuke ngetulu kwa 17 rand ilitha. Bekusinza kwehlela ke kubathengi ngoba emanani ekudla naletinye tidzingo enyuke kakhulu. Asitukhumbude ngaloko mbukeli.
2018 kube unyaka ube ngumqansa kubathengi, unyaka osindayo nonzima. Zithe zisuka nje uhulumeni wamemezela isinqumo sokukhuphula intela.
In tax proposals for the 2018 budget are an increase in the value added tax rate from 14 to 15%.
Ukukhuphuka kwentela ke kusho ukukhuphuka kwamanani okudla nokukhuphuka kwezithuthi zomphakathi. Kanti kungagcinanga ke lapho ngoba kuthe kusabhekwe ukunyusa kwentela kwavele kwanyuka upetroli. Upetroli ukhuphuke amahlandla amaningana kulonyaka.
I think it's absolutely ludicrous.
It's very hectic, eh? You're just paying a lot for petrol.
It does affect us a lot. Now we're spending about $4,000 a month just for petrol only.
Kusisita ke ukuthi sinambithise letingucuko asesimukele ke John Manyike uvela ke ka Old Mutual. Baba Manyike, as always it's a pleasure having you on the show. Sakumukela.
Sabana mfowethu.
One can safely say that it's been a hellish year for the consumer with the fuel increase, food price increase, VAT. Let's now reflect on what this meant for the consumer and what the implications are.
Yeah, I must be honest, this was one of the toughest year for abantu abaningi ngoba besingacabanga ukuthi uhulumeni anganyusa iVAT and phezu kwalokho ke wafika le ndaba yepetrol and umele sicabanga ukuthi imiholo yethu ayikhuphuki ngale same percentage esibonayo masibheke inflation ke lapha. So uthola ukuthi abantu abaningi ngoba imiholo ayikhulu kakhulu ngapha kunama le pressure ezayo because of ipetrol ngapha iVAT kusho ukuthi income yethu iyancipha kakhulu and it becomes very difficult for umuntu, especially umuntu ongakhona ukubamba imali yakhe kahle. It becomes very difficult ukuthi usurvive kanjani. Kumele sikhumbule futhi ukuthi in South Africa kukhona lento sibiza i-black tax. Kusho ukuthi unakekela abantwana bakho nefamily yakho futhi kukhona abantu emakhaya that you are taking care of financially. So it's very difficult in that situation to survive kanjani because then you end up getting into too much debt.
Yeah, ukhulume kahle wakhuluma indaba black tax but ke sitawukhuluma kahle ngayo later. But ngifuna kwathi ukuthi ingabe kubathinzeka kanjani, how were consumers affected ngale ndaba ye-VAT increase? To what sort of impact did it have on them?
So kusho ukuthi if let's say for example ujwayele ukuhola 2,000 rand and then uma uyenza igrocery yakho yazi ukuthi hayi ma uspend mhlambe u600 rand uyakhona ukuthi uqede unyanga ni survive ngayo. Mase kube neVAT kusho ukuthi awusakhona ukuthenga izinto ezizonela for umndeni wakho. That's why ngenza example ye black tax ngaphezulu kwalokho because yenye irresponsibility abantu abamnyama kakhulu by accept ukuthi I have to take care of my family, I also have to take care of extended family yami abantu abahlala emakhaya. So mawubheka lezo zinto ipressure yonke le eya kuma consumers ukuthi ba survive kanjani with the same salary and then but then you've got these pressures in the economy izinto ziyadura.
Kuba nana kule kubakuthiwa zero rating of some of the food items njengesinkwa nashukela and all the other items. Ingabe kukusita kanganani lokho?
Well, abantu abaningi bathi hayi kancane because asiphili ngesinkwa sodwa nama beans. So that's why we're going to outcry from labor to say no, but let's review the basket izinto ezizero rated. Ukuthi ingaba sikhona ezinye izinto ke ezinga-edwa lapha ke so that at least kuyehlisa ipressure ekhona kuma consumers ngoba hayi asikhulumeni iqiniso vele isinkwa siyasidla mara ngeke uphile ngesinkwa ekseni for lunch futhi I mean i-dinner futhi isinkwa. Yes, you have to find a way ukuthi kube ne balance. So it has been really a tough year.
Yeah, kuphinze kwaba nesimemetelo sekuthike petrol utawehla. Ingabe lokho would it help in any way?
yazi akuncedi kakhulu ipetrol mayinyuka ngabo 1 rand every month maso iyahle ngo20 cent ngoba ngathi awumove ayishiftanga nokushifta. So it's very very difficult, but also asikhumbuleni ukuthi abantu abaningi ba rely kakhulu ku public transport apart from labanye abasebenzisa imoto kuye emsebenzini. Manje ama taxi drivers or association mabanyusa na ipetrol, it means for an ordinary South African out there like us, it becomes very very challenging ukuthi kumele uye emsebenzini. Akumelanga ukuthi imali esiholayo iphelele emsebenzini, iphelele ku transport ukuya emsebenzini. Ngoba kumele uphile phela mawubuya emsebenzini, mawuhola kumele abantwana beesikoleni kumele bagcoke, yonke lento lena yi-pressure yonke lena for ama consumers.
Kakhulu. Yeah, and especially labo abanetimoto ngisho ukuthi banawo options ngoba nawo nemoto ufuna kuseva petrol, ungakhona gibela amakhumbi, ungakhona gibela amabhasi noma ke sitimela, so that you pay less on transportation costs. But labo ke labethe imoto laba rely kakhulu emakhumbini bona bangenta njani? Yeah, look, reality is that unfortunately we don't have the best public transport system in the world. So abantu abasebenzisa imoto yabo kuye emsebenzini, okay, bayayifila leyo pressure ukuthi mhlawumbe uzokhona ukuyenza full tank first week, but after that ngeke usayishaya full tank kuleyo moto. Now you have to find other ways, other bayenze ama lift club, or mhlawumbe athole ezinye izindlela ukuthi okay, is it better rather cheaper ukusebenzisa i-taxi, but then mase ujwayele ukusebenzisa imoto ukuthi uye taxini, hey, akukho lula. I mean, and you can't even survive nge-Uber the whole month ukuye emsebenzini ngoba otherwise it's not going to be very cost effective. Mara kuyafuneka ukuthi abantu bacabange ukuthi okay, ingaba singazama ama lift club mhlambe si rotate, and then sometimes I think we have to take that knock ukuthi let me use the public transport, because sometimes sinenkinga ye-status ukuthi abantu bangijwayela ngingena ngemoto enjani njani. Manje mase bangibona ngiphume eTaxini bazocabanga ukuthi kahle you have to be realistic empilweni ukuthi angeke uphile impilo yakho for abanye abantu. Yeah, it's about you after all, it's not about how people see you. Absolutely. Ngoba isikhwama sakho yiso sifilayo ukuthi hayi kahle angisakhona. So you don't want a situation where uforcele kuye emsebenzini nge-transport ubone kwi-petrol hayi seyinyuke kakhulu awusakhona uku-afforda, but then uforcele kufaka i-petrol mara mawuvula i-fridge ezabanye basho say all white party ke uzothola i-onion khona lapha yana mhlambe netamatinyana namanzi. Okay babanye ukhulumeke nge-black tax. Manje njengoba sikhuluma nje ngithole SMS kumshana wami uthi hey malume ngiphasile ngicela ungithengele i-PlayStation. Sawa Nkosi yami ndawushona kimi. Singathi sita kanje singatiphephisa kanjani ke kuloko? Yeah, I think kuyafanele ukuthi siyenze i-budget. Uyabona siyenze i-budget. And sikhona ukukhuluma sibudgetele black tax. Sibudgetele nayo i-black tax. Sikhulume nemndeni yathi ukuthi ubonana mina ngakhona ku contribute imali engaka, because you can't give what you don't have. So umele ukhona ukubachazela ukuthi no sho ukuthi mina ngakhona ukukhipha 500 rand mayiphelile iphelile, or mhlambe ucabange ezinye indlela ukuthi okay mhlambe if khonakala, because you do find eminye imndeni uthola ukuthi bana iyard enkulu kakhulu, maybe you want to build ama room nyana lapha bazorentisa, then that becomes a rental income. So iyehlisa i-pressure kakhulu ukuthi ingaphumi kuholo lakho ke leyo mali ye-black tax. Mara leyo black tax kumele uyenze ukuthi ibe part ye-financial plan yakho, ungavele uspende nje ungabhekanga ukuthi can you afford. And I think there's also semantics. Would say hey, people think they are actually forced to buy black tax, because if they don't, then the issue, my emotions and all those things come into play. How do we deal with those? Look, it's not that easy. Ngoba asithi usebenza amadolobheni uma usekhaya, uma akutshela ukuthi uyagula uzothi anginayo or uzoyenza iplan, because I mean it's quite an emotional pressure as well for abantu abaningi, because or uma wakho makathi hey akunakudla endlini, wena uhlele emadolobheni ufake uphuza amawayini uphuza izinto ezimnandi. So that's why it's not an easy thing. Of course abanye bakhona abantu bafila ukuthi hayi i-black tax yani mina ngingeni lapha ngathi kanti yimi ngapplyile ukuthi ngibe khona la. So but the reality is that whether we like it or not, kune responsibility, kune role mele siyidlale emakhaya, sincedise lapha sikhona khona. Into ebalekile is that mawuncedisa, it must be within your means, because you can't give what you don't have. All right, asibambe lapho ke. Siphinda sibambe lapho ke mbukele siphethele ngasetolo siyabuya khona nyalo. Uma sibuya ke sitawukhuluma ke ngekundenga ke kwemnotho kanye ke nekudendwa kwabasebenzi. Siyabuya khona nyalo. Leli lungelo lakho. ulalele Yilungelo Lakho, it's your right. Sisahleleke na John Manyika lobuyeka ka Old Mutual. Nyaluka sesibuka ukuthi kuntengantenga kwemnotho kanye ke nekudenda kwethi kube namthelela muni. Asisibuke na umbiko.
Untengantenga komnotho kubuye kwaba yenye yezinto eziholele kwingcindezi kubathengi kulonyaka. Kuthe lapho unyaka uphakathi kwavela ukuthi umnotho wakuleli uya ngokufadalala. Untengantenga komnotho ke kuholele ekutheni izinkampani eziningi zinqume ukudiliza abasebenzi. Izinkulungwane zabantu zisithole sezingonde ngasithebeni sekuphele umsebenzi.
Alright, sisahleleke naye John Manyika lobuyeka lapha e-Old Mutual. Njengoba uyivelekele insert ukhuluma ngentengantenga kwemnotho as a result of technical recession, as a result of retrenchments and company closures. This couldn't get any worse.
No, indeed, it was quite tough because yabana mase sikhuluma nge-technical recession kusho ukuthi i-economy ayethu ayikhulu iya-contractor and if i-economy i-contractor for 2 consecutive quarters kusho ukuthi sisingene ku-recession even though bayibiza i-technical recession mara umuntu vele make pregnant ayikho lento ukuthi you are technically pregnant. It's either pregnant or you are pregnant. Yeah. So, but anyway, economists will say we are in a technical recession.
Okay. About technical recession, it may affect government departments or the government as a whole, but bonage they won't be affected at the lower end of the spectrum.
No, I think sonke siba affected yileyo technical recession ngoba mele sicabanga ukuthi number 1 South Africa compete namanye ama-economy in the world for ama-investors in the country. Now, and then futhi kunama rating agencies abuka umnotho we-South Africa ukuthi siphatha kanjani izimali and so on. Now, ama-investors mawafuna uku-invest imali yawo kuma-economies amanye bayabheka ukuthi okay, i-economy ngaba le economy i-healthy na. Ingaba employment that this country injani, issues like crime and so on. If babona ukuthi yonke into ayihambi kahle bayasaba ukufaka imali yabo la and then bazofuna uku-invest kwamanye ama-economies. I-problem yalokho is that in South Africa last in one of the highest unemployment. So bane challenge ukuthi if you can't attract foreign direct investment, uzoba nenkinga ukuthi we are not able to create enough jobs in the country. And then if that happens, then it means we are not able to grow economy yet. We are dealing with these things. And then kube nenye into futhi ukuthi uhulumeni akakhona ukuboleka imali for izinto ezidingekayo. So impact yalokho might mean ukuthi uhulumeni makabheka izidingo ze country bazothi okay asiboneni ukuthi where else can we raise revenue. That's why then sometimes the government will look at how they raise tax in order to cover lama shortfall if you are not able to borrow imali. For example, if I'm a state-owned enterprise now adinga imali, then they have sometimes they need to be given guarantees by government to say bangahamba bayoboleka imali in the open market, and then if by default the government is okhona coverage. It's not possible to attract investors and to be able to borrow money there. If siboleka imali uzothola ukuthi siboleka imali and it's very expensive ngoba we are a big risk for different investors.
Shothi le technical recession ngiyo lebese ilidela kulahleka komsebenzi.
Well, in a way it can, because amanye ama-company mawacala ukuthi ashut down ngoba abasayenzi imali. Amanye ama-country thola ukuthi okay, they have to export izinto bazenzayo, and then again depending ukuthi irand now liperforma kanjani. So it creates all sorts of challenges for the country, and that's why it's important ukuthi we need to look beyond le ndaba yama. I know I'm now getting into a solution mode, but it's very important to start exploring other options and not just rely on the indaba yoku create imisebenzi kuphela.
Yeah, no, tubeka ngale solution isifuna lokuva ukuthi yini i solution esingaba nayo.
So again, I think if ubuka amanye ama-economy in the world, you find with the biggest employers are small businesses. You know, the small businesses create lots of jobs. You know, even if it's company here abantu by 4 or 5. So that's what we need to be looking at. We need to start looking at how do we make sure that we create a conducive environment for our small business with these small businesses. Because that's how we can also drive economy. Because I mean, how else do you create job opportunities in an economy where you are having difficulties with recession, inflation nayo, ngapha Reserve Bank nayo unoga increase my interest rate to control inflation. So we have to really have a concerted effort, have a robust program ezonceda ukuthi how do we boost small businesses in this country.
Yeah, and speaking of small business, President Cyril Ramaphosa, kula maviki landlulile nje ubambe i-job summit. Bantu ke ba-pledge towards creating jobs for millions of South Africans. Leo summit leyo, do you think it'll come up with tangible solutions to le nkinga lesihlangene nayo?
Yeah, I don't think Tina, as a country, see a strugglisha when it comes to creating AMA plans. I think we've got great plans and so on. I think into ezobaluleka kakhulu lana i-execution ukuthi sizawa implementa kanjani lama program. So even if unayo i-budget, you can attract investors by letama billions lana. The question is that what kind of a program of action do you have? Uzoyi implementa kanjani ukuthi ibe nemehluko in the lives of our people. So I think that's the area that we need to focus on. But again, I don't think into emele sibuke nje uhulumeni kuphela ukuthi uyemelenze magic and so on. We need to look at what role can we play, firstly as a corporate South Africa, as a broader society, and labor. So this will require a concerted effort across the board ukuthi sincedisane ukuthi sithole le solution towards all these challenges esinazo as a country.
You know, Mr. Manyika, you're saying all the right things. Ukuthi asusumela hulumende ukuthi kube nguye lo thatha le initiative. Akube ngithi thina lesisukumelako. Siyucala emsebenzi kunemuntu ke lo une business idea. Leyo business idea leyo ingaba ne potential yoku create emathuba emisebenzi abantu labang-5 for instance. But there's a problem with access to finance. There's problem with mentorship. There's problem with getting the infrastructure for that particular business. How do we get out of that?
So I think first and foremost kumele sibheke indaba upskiller ama small businesses. Education is key, because if you look at how a lot of people went through the schooling years and so on, I don't think indaba yama business was a key focus area, especially among the age group yam now. So so we need to look at how do we educate people about starting a business, because one of the challenges for small business to actually access funding is that business plan, but you can't blame them, because if they've never been given education, they've not been capacitated, any inkinga ama small business banayo indaba yokukhipha ama record. You approach a bank or any financial institution for e-funding, let's see what the business yakho perform over the last 6 months, only to find now actually you don't have records and you're struggling with the cash flow, we manage the cash flow and so on. These are the kind of areas how do we capacitate small businesses at a very practical level. And so on. We need to go back to the drawing board to say, is it working? What else do we need to change? This is the area where I believe needs to change. Maubuga newspaper every week in, week out, job opportunities, but the reality is that a lot of people can apply for those jobs and abana skills. Our skills are shorter. If a city for engineers, how many engineers do we have in the country? How many actuaries and so on? Masi eskolweni bes focus kakhulu ku venek, mhlambe biblical studies, or you know, and so on. Now the challenge is that whatever you've done, mase eskolweni, does it make you employable? Ustats SA na uyasikhombisa ukuthi kahle kahle umuntu ongana matric uzothola ukunzima ukuthi athole umsebenzi. In fact, ama stats akhombisa ukuthi umuntu one degree, for example, has a better chance of getting a job. But similarly, even umuntu on a skill. So that's why lama TVET colleges need to play a key role, because they are there. But I don't think we have marketed lama TVET colleges in such a manner that we see them as a strategic point yokuthi singa upskiller abantu, because abantu abaningi bacanga ukuthi mangiceda matric mele your study for a degree. It doesn't mean all of us must have ama degrees. Kukhona ama vocational skills that we need to be focusing on. And
having said that, Mr. And having said that, ingabe hulumende uyayisupport and le vision ukuthi bantu abatisukumele bona baqale ama business, and lokho kusuke from the very grassroots level, from primary school, from high school, bafundiswe ngekuqala ke business from that point.
No, indeed, look, to some degree, because uhulumende unayo department ebhekane nabantu bama business, but again it's a case of engagement. Is it robust enough? Have you reviewed a structure set in terms of how we are supporting our small businesses, role yamasita, and so on? I think we need to constantly monitor the work that's being done, because if you have AMA programs and then you keep throwing money on those programs, but when you check, you find with actually they're not adding value to the extent that we are seeing a big change in terms of our business and so on. So we need to constantly interrogate ourselves and look at what else do we need to change and really engage abantu ngale ndaba.
Right. Asibonge baba Manyike. Asisiphindze ke sisishilele ngasetitolo siyabuyela khonyalo. Asiphinde futhi mbukeli asisichubeke embili ngeke ukubuka ukuthi umnyaka wanga 2018 bosiphatheleni kudulwa ke kwekudla naletinye impahla lokubangele kwenyuka kwenzela na petrol lokuntenga kwemnotho kanye ke nekudenda kwethisebenzi kubangele ukuthi basebenzi batfole sebasebhukusha etikwenetini.
Nakuba isibalo sabangasebenzi nabalahlekelwe imisebenzi senyuka mihla le, imbiko ithi abantu bakuleli bacwila ezikweledini kanti bayehluleka ubeka imali. Kubathengi abaningi kuumqansa babambe ngamazinyo kunzima. I-National Credit Regulator ithi abantu bakuleli bakweleta u-1.73 trillion wamarandi. Izibalo zakamuva ke zona zikhomba ukuthi laba abangathathi intweni yibona abacwila ezikweletini.
Baba Manyike, what are the common debt traps lesitfola sesidibene nawo?
So okwecala is that kunenkinga lokuthi vele asifundanga ngendaba zokuphatha imali. The financial education is a serious problem in our country. And number two, kune issue yokuthi well abantu mabangaholi it's difficult to say uhola enough because how much is enough? Because noma umuntu angathola increase ye 5,000 rand or 20%, but if you have not learned how to manage money, you're still going to come back to the same situation. But then of course kune issue ya lifestyle as well. Yabana mawuphila lempilo ukuthi abantu bazothini. Ukompita no baka Khumalo mhlambe omakhelwane. Kuzoba nenkinga ke lapho ngoba umakhelwane makathenga ifridge wena ufuna ukuthenga umbhedo, makathenga imoto ufuna ukuthenga enye into.
Noma ngabe ngitfola ipromotion emsebenzini ngihlale lokushini sengifuna ukuhlala emadrobheni.
Yeah, inkinga ke leyo yabona esinye isikhathi ke abantwana sifuna ukubayisa kuma private school esingawa afford ngoba sifuna abakhuluma isingisi ngamakhala yabo. Kanti kuba inkinga ke leyo yabo. So we need to really look at this thing very critically. How do we make sure ukuthi abantu baphila within their means? Ngoba there's a serious lifestyle issue that we need to deal with over and above the issue of financial education that is so much needed. And masikhuluma nge-financial education asikhulumi nje kuphela ukuthi idingeka kubantu abahola imali encane. In fact bona laba abahola imali eningi yibo abanenkinga kakhulu ngoba umuntu uzohamba ngenye imoto engaka mara makafaka ipetrol fake 30 rand. Phela le moto mawuvele uthi inhlongo lapha le petrol seyiphelile phela yabantu so kuba nenkinga. So we really need to focus on how do we financially educate South Africa on issues of managing money.
Okay, so what are the key points or the sticking points insofar as embracing very conducive ways of saving?
Yeah, so owecala is that umuntu kumele abe ne vision empilweni yakho because umuntu onganayo vision empilweni kulula ukuthi ungaspend imali noma kuyini because you don't have a destination. Because if you're going somewhere and you don't know where you're going, you'll never arrive. Ngoba awunayo destination. So that's why it's important you speak to a financial advisor, nihlalisana phansi nikhombisana ngendaba zemali ukuthi okay if uhola imali engaka yini mele si planele ko yini mele usave kuyo. And then again kuba ne challenge ukuthi abantu mabathi baya invest kahle si invest kakhulu kuma funeral. So we can't be investing towards funeral kuphela. There's more. Life is more important than just funeral. Yes, ibalekile ukuthi sincede, kubalekile ukuthi sincede umndeni makune izinto, but you need a very balanced portfolio la uyazi ukuthi khona ukuthi kunemali ozoyisave, kukhona ama life cover, kukhona izinto umele uzinsure. For example, mawunemoto, because I think if I'm not mistaken, about only 30% of people in this country are actually insuring their car. Now, makuna accident. It means uzoqhubeka ukukhokhe leso installment and yet imoto ayikho lana, and that's why it's easy for umuntu agcina aye kwezinye ikweleti lapha ke. So these are the issues that we need to be dealing with.
You know, financial experts like yourselves always advise to stay away from tikweneti. But there's what we call good debt and bad debt.
100%. So isikweleti kahle kahle akusiyinto embi ke leyo. Yabona ifana nomlilo. Umlilo ungawusebenzisela for into enhle or ungawusebenzisa in a way that uzokushisa nawo. Yabona i-credit injalo nayo. Actually, because of its stigma, so say over indebtedness, we think isikweleti into embi. Kahle kahle you can use credit as a wealth creation mechanism. For example, abantu ababoleka imali ukuthi boyo akha indlu or something, because the property appreciate ngevalue akusinto ukuthi mawithenga manje esinezo the following day iyehlile ngevalue. So but we need to have a long term view. Again, kumele sibuke ukuthi in South Africa abantu basave kanjani. We know ukuthi especially in the townships, it's estimated there's over 45 billion rand that's circulating with my informal savings instrument like all stock fair. But the challenge there is that, number one, it shows ukuthi kahle kahle i-culture yokusave sinayo to some extent. But the problem is that asina i-culture yoku-investor because it's always for short term and not for long term. So, for example, kunama stock fair yama grocery. Manje ngoba so December ke kuyo-distributwa ke leyo mali kuyothengwa i-grocery. Cabanga, let's say i-stock fair sakho sisave imali, mase ba-distribute kuthiwa wena uzothola ama-10 kg awu-6. Now, so unenkinga phela imili nayo ine-expiry date. Manje so kumele udlu ipapa for ekseni i-lunch futhi uzogcina ube nemkhaba ngoba ngathi uzama ukuthi le expiry date ingafiki imoshela izinto and so on. So we need a serious conversation around saving money and thinking long term and being responsible with how we manage money. So that's one example of a good borrowing or good credit. Or if you are borrowing money to educate yourself, that's a good thing. You are improving your skill and improving the prospects of getting a better job and so on, or even to start a business. Those are the type of things. But maso yoboleka imali for entertainment, yabona manje amabhange abusy ngoba iDecember uboleka imali for entertainment for amabrai, uboleka imali ama-overdraft, ama-credit card kuyothenga impahla, which are things we could have avoided because we could have planned way in advance ngoba siyazile ngoJanuary ukuthi iDecember yes.
Okay, yeah, but ukhulume ngeku-investor. Lo munye umuntu angathi hayi man mina investor ku-forex, investor ku-bitcoin. That's a form of investment, isn't it?
Yeah, the way ngisaba ngakhona because it's very delicate one ngoba it's partly regulated. Inzimanyana leyo. I know ukuthi kunabantu passionate ngandaba yama forex, but a lot of people fall prey to these things. Bamtshela no, faku 100,000 rand and then in my vehicle palace uzokuna ku 300,000 rand. It's just unreal. You know, that's what I'm saying. Unless you are printing your own money, there's a problem. So I'm just saying people need to be very cautious. Yes, most of the time abantu ba advertiser they always advertise themselves as marketer next to a big car worth 2 million and so on because they are selling a promise. They're selling this lifestyle of wealth and so on, and people hop into this thing without having properly researched what does it mean, ama risk alapha anjani. So it's very important to don't just hop into any scheme just because bathe sizokenza millionaire in 3 weeks. In 3 weeks hayi ezinye izinto
gcina sekuma-scam le nto leyo ngoba lo mnye u-advertiser naleti moto ledulile kanti badrentile naleti moto.
You see, that's the problem.
Hayi asasiphinde sisishele ngasetolo ke mbukeli siyabuyena khonyela. Nasibuke ke sitawubuya indzaba yesibonelelo sahulumende phecelezi ama-social grants sitawuxoxisana ke nasibusiso Nhlangothi lovela ke eSASSA and after that ke sitawuphinde sibe naye ke John Manyika utawuphinza achubeke nasile nkulumo. Leli Yilungelo Lakho, we'll be right back. Kulo mnyaka ke kuphinze kwaba netihibe ekubhadalweni kwalabo labathola imali yesibonelelo sahulumende phecelezi ama-social grants. Asasive ukuthi ke simephi inyalo naloko. Asimukele Sibusiso Nhlangothi uvela ke khona lapha ke eSASSA. Baba Nhlangothi, very good afternoon to you. Siyakumole ehlelweni sawubona.
Ngiyabingelela Thumpilo.
Ungasinika ke update baba ukuthi ingabe sesimephi ngenzaba yeSASSA neNet1.
Yo Simpiwe kade kunyaka onzima lo. Bekunyaka onzima kakhulu. Uzokhumbula ukuthi
makuqala unyaka besikade sino company eholela impesheni ekuthiwa ngu-CPS eholela izibonelelo zahulumeni ebesiyiqashile ngokwemiyalelo wenkantolo yasinika inkantolo ukuthi ukuphela ka-April kufuneka sibe sesinenkampani entsha lokho-ke kusenza ukuthi imigomo ebewe inkantolo ibenzima kakhulu sibuyela siphuma singene enkantolo inkantolo yaqasha i-panel of expert lapho besireport khona reporta kubantu abaningi neparliament kufuna so report uma sisuka lapho kufuneka nomgcini mafa national treasury naye ekuthina kusho ukuthi nje bekuyisikhathi esibhizi kakhulu kodwa ke konke lokho has paid off because njengamanje post office SAPO okuyimnyango kahulumeni nawo njengamanje iwona okhokhela impesheni okuyona nto kuthina esijabulisa kakhulu ukuthi oqala for the very first time in the history of South Africa that izimpesheni zahulumeni or izibonelelo zahulumeni zikhokhelwa iminyango kahulumeni yodwa ngaphandle kokuncediswa ngubani njengamanje yonke into ihamba kahle inkampani ekuthiwa ngu-CPS ekupheleni kuka-April iphelile indaba yayo iphumile ayisekho njengamanje izibonelelo zahulumeni zikhokhwa iposi kanye nosasa.
So kule transition between from CPS to Liposi angeke lokhu kubathinze bogogo nalabo ke laba receiver ke ma grants.
Yeah, ikona ukubalekile lokho ukuthi kuchaza ukuthi ziningi izinto ezikhulumekayo la eceleni ngaphandle ngabantu ukusuka ukungena kweposi bekade kunamakhadi akade setshenziswa ku-CPS nathi singusasa lawo makhadi siye sashintsha amakhadi amaningi kakhulu sibanikeza ikhadi elisha lase-post office bonke abantu abahola izibonelelo zahulumeni njengamanje akuzange kube nasincane isihibe khona bonke abantu akade bekufanele ukuthi bashintshe amakhadi bawalethe kumakhadi e-post office nosasa abaningi bawashintshile sisalelwa abantu abangaphansi kwa-500,000 manje esicela kakhulu ukuthi bawashintshe ngoba lawo makhadi sasihambile sawucela ukuthi alulwe ukuze abantu bangaphazamiseki.
Bawutfola lo mlayeto ukuthi kumele bashintshe la makhadi.
Sizamile konke okusemandleni ukuthi sixhumane nabo bonke sixhumane nezinhlaka ezibhekela umphakathi sixhumane nama-traditional leaders sixhumane siye emsakazweni ukuthi bonke abantu kufuneka bazoshintsha amakhadi. Sesifike lapho sithi khona-ke uma kushaya uDisemba ungenalo ikhadi elisha ngoba abanye njengalabo abahola emabhenki ikhadi lisavulekile abanankinga liyasebenza kodwa uma kushaya uDisemba imali kaDisemba ngomhla ka-28 imali kaDisemba izongena kaJanuwari izongena ngoDisemba 28 uma ngabe uphethe ikhadi elidala ngeke sifake imali yakho kodwa ukuthi uye ema-office ethu kwaSASSA sifike sikushintshele ikhadi esigungweni zakaSASSA nasesigungweni zakaSAPO sikushintshele ikhadi bese sikunika imali yakho. Baleke kakhulu ukuthi kusuka manje athi eshaya uDisemba ikhadi lakho busuphethe ikhadi elisha ngoba amsakazi engifuna ukusho ukuthi uma ngabe uzohlala kuze kushaye uJanuwari imali kaDisemba sesiyikhokhile njengamanje ngomhla ka-28 November sibakhokhele bonke abantu abathola izibonelelo zahulumeni imali yabo laba abahola emabhanki laba abahola ngocash bayizothola kusuka namhlanje bese kuya ngokuthi ke sifunda nesifunda inzuku zazo zithi ngoba phela kuba nama-date kodwa bonke abahola ngocash engifuna ukukucacisa ukuthi kabaye benza iphutha abantu bakithi kwesinye isikhathi uthola ukuthi ayibona imali eningi abese ecabanga ukuthi hayi uhulumeni usinikeze imali yaningi kanti suke senzele ukuthi ogogo remember ukuthi we paying the poorest of the poor and the very vulnerable group of society so siyazama ukuthi bangabikho kulezi nyokotho zikaKhisimusi imali sicela uNational Treasury ukuthi imali ayidedele ekaDisemba ayidedele ngoNovember mabehola ngoNovember bahola imiholo emibili ayikho ke kaDisemba uma ngabe seyiholile le bayazi bayebatshelwe kwenzeka iminyaka yonke
angeke kube inkinga lokho lokuthi angeke bahola ngaDisemba ngoba bathi khansi bathathe amaloni bangena ekwenetini
indaba amaloni ngizokhuluma ngayo futhi ngoba iyona enye inkinga esibhekene nayo ngabantu bethu ngoDisemba 28 sobe sesikhokha imali kaJanuwari ekuthi ke bese kuthi laba abahola ngocash kuma-pay points bazoyithola ngomhla ka-3 Januwari ngibuye ke ngizwe kulombuzo usanda ukubuza labantu bama-loan i-grant kahulumeni ayisiye amaloni i-grant kahulumeni eyokusiza abantu abangathathi intweni ukuthi bakwazi ukuthola ukudla bakwazi ukuphila abantwana abazalwe ngabantwana ababashiya kogogo bakwazi ukuthi baye esikoleni bakwazi ukuthola ukudla kodwa ke kukhona amaqola la ngaphandle ahamba amanye athi aphuma kwaSASSA amanye afika asebenzise wonke amacebo labo okuqola abantu bakithi ukuthi hayi sithathisa amaloni kahulumeni uhulumeni akawanika amaloni ingakho ke ngithi umuntu ophethe ikhadi lakasasa othatha iloan azi ukuthi usifaka enkingeni ngoba enye into abayenzayo bafike bathiye ikhadi kulo muntu onikeza iloan lihlala lapha ikhadi uthola ukuthi mase kushaya usuku lokuhola useyoholelwa ilo muntu ophethe ikhadi ayiphelike leyo loan uyikhokha uze uyokhohlwa siyabacela abantu bakithi ukuthi ke bake baqhelelane namaloni le mali le oyitholayo izidingo zakho zama ukuthi uzenze zilingane yona
bathi ama-beneficiaries basola khala nganaku lekuthiwa ngama-illegal deductions uthola sebadiductelwa sekuthiwa bafakelwa imali airtime bangakasho ingabe lokho sitakubona lokho kule from after the transition from CPS to SAPO
angiqale ngekhadi nje elidala ebekuyilona ukuthi ekade lisinikeza inkinga ikhadi elidala bekade njengoba ngisho ukuthi okokuqala manje ukuthi uhulumeni akhokhele izibonelelo zakhe ikhokhwa iminyango kahulumeni ibosi nosasa qala bekade ikhokhwa inkampani private company ngokuthi bene information yabo wonke ama beneficiaries ama ID number yamagama nako konke base besebenzisa lolo lwazi ukunika inkampani abaxhumene nazo ezibolekisa ngezimali ezidayisa ama airtime ezidayisa amaloan enye ke yemgomo yezigwebo zenkantolo ukuthi ikhadi elisha kufuneka ukuthi lingabi nawo ama deductions ayikho na iyodwa deductions ephuma kuleli deduction ephuma kuleli khadi elisha imali yakho uyithola injalo kodwa ke kukhona i deduction eyodwa isibonelelo sezemngcwabo esithi regulation 26 deduction leyo ke inemgomo nayo asithathi kwisibonelelo sabantu sithatha isibonelelo sabantu abadala kuphela nabantu laba abagula abamukela isibonelelo sikahulumeni abagula isikhathi eside sithi
so is it compulsory noma uyakhona umuntu ukuchuza ukuthi no ngicela niyithathe noma ningayithathi
ayikho compulsory njengamanje kunezinkampani ezirejistile imgomo ukuthi inkampani kufuneka ibe inkampani eregistiwe esithi masibheka ohleni la register khona izinkampani sithola ukuthi ibhaliwe futhi nayi grant abathathi noma yini kufuneka ukuthi kube u10% we grant eyodwa kufuneka imali ingamdluli 10% okwesibili kufuneka thina singusasa sithole igunya kuloyo muntu othathile in writing as ama office ethi ngiyamgunyaza unsani lami ngiyamgunyaza old mutual noma yipi inkampani ngenza isibonelo ngaloko noma yipi inkampani athathe kuyona le policy yokungcwaba thina ke sizobheka ukuthi ngokwe grant ayidluli no 10% iregistered in le nkampani then usayinile yini uyena osayinile phambi kwethu ukuthi hayi ngiyavuma bese senza i-deduction
ngiva indzaba ukuthi khona laba sengawatfoli ke grants abo since May kuliciniso lokho and how have you dealt with it
uyabona ke umsakazi lapho kunzima ukuthi udile nayo holistically leyo nto ngoba it's so unfortunate ukuthi kwesinye isikhathi yenzeka ngesikhathi kunoshintsho kungena post office ziningi kakhulu izizathu ezenza ukuthi umuntu angayitholi grant yakhe kade ne grant ngizozibala nje zibe mbalo ukuze ubone kuyenze ukuthi umntwana ubehola grant esemncane mayefika ku18 years isystem iyamvala uthola ukuthi kunencwadi sesibhalele ama beneficiaries ukuthi mabeze ezokuhlaziya sesithi ama review letters iprocess esiyenza ukubheka ukuthi njengoba wathola igrant iqala unyaka kusewena yini abanye uthola ukuthi mhlawumbe wayithola igrant encane ngoba wayenenye imali engenayo mhlawumbe leyo mali ayisangenze kufuna siyinyuse mhlawumbe omunye ethole inkulu sekukhona imali ezingenayo sasingazibona ngaqala mhlawumbe omunye akasaphili so bese sibabhalela incwadi ukuze sibone ukuthi si review igrant yakho ngokusaba ke abantu kakhulu ogogo abadala nomkhulu mayibona incwadi yakasasa avela bona sebefuna ukuvala igrant yabo angeze ama office ethu mayingafiki ke thina asazi noma le grant isakhokhela umuntu okuyena yini noma bese siyayivala senzele ukuthi eze office mayifike office sihlaziya ngokukhulu ukushesha siyamkhokhela enye futhi indlela engavala igrant uthola ukuthi mhlambe ngesikhathi kukhokhwa igrant siyabona thina ngokwe system yethu ukuthi kukhona ubuqilo benzekala siyayivala leyo grant so ziningi izinto ezenza ukuthi igrant ivale kodwa ngokuthi okunye kwenzeke ngesikhathi kushintsha kungena ipost abantu bayabacabanga ukuthi ingoba mhlamba ama system aseposini awasebenzi kanti cha into ebiyenzeka nje iyohlala yenzeka futhi it's a normal administration process yenzeka kwasasa
baba inhlangothi siyabonga kakhulu
ngiyabonga kakhulu
ngaphambi kokuthi ke siye ke ekhefini asivalelise kubabe isibuzo nhlangothi sibonga kakhulu ukuthi abe nathi namhla nasibuya ke sitawucedzela inkulumo yethu na John Manyike kanye ke hlalana futhi nathi Mbungeli Asikomukele futhi mbukele sesivile ukuthi lo mnyaka lesiwuphathako bowunjani. Ingabe lo mnyaka lodako wona ke utabe usiphatheleni. Baba Manyika nakuqala lo mnyaka bekunanaku labasilabafundzile iRamaphosa Cyril Ramaphosa nakathatha over as mongameli walelive vele bamjabulela netimarket tamjabulela and the business sector nabo bamjabulela ukuthi ngoba angisoma business kwayena kutawuba nemathuba emisebenzi nempilo nje yabantu nje itawundlondlobala kutawuba ngcono but it's been the exact opposite. Lo mnyaka lotako ngabe nawubuka wena usiphatheleni?
Well, I think the fact ukuthi next year is election year. I doubt I expect some surprises amaningi, especially when it comes to issues of tax. I don't think there's any government in the world that would want to come up with some surprises yet that relates to tax, which could compromise their political position. But again, without really providing any political commentary, I guess a lot of things will depend on the implementation of some of the initiatives that were kickstarted this year. For example, Sibene Job Summit, you know, are we starting to see implementation yayo? But also, Uguti ama rating agencies, aibuga ganjani in South Africa by end of the year, because by abuga nabo Uguti, okay, how are we handling inflation? Kuna ma promises that suwayenza from time to time in terms of how we're going to turn around the economy yetu. Ama rating agencies, yazibuga izinto ezinjalo. Enye into indaba yama state-owned enterprises ukuthi kuzoyenzakalana. I think kune debate eningi kwamanje in terms of some of the state-owned enterprises in terms of how much money will they need from government and where will that money come from. Of course, taxpayers are looking at that with keenness ukuthi government izoyiraise kuphi leyo mali. Are they going to be given guarantees? And then of course kunendaba ye interest rate. Reserve Bank is watching very carefully ukuthi inflation ihamba kanjani ngoba the one weapon or instrument that Reserve Bank has to manage inflation is the interest rate.
Okay.
We've seen a slight hike, you know, just about a month ago. I think how the first 2 quarters of next year will look like will also give an indication ukuthi izinto zizuyaphi ngoba remember, if there's continuous pressure, I mean, you are starting to hear people wanting to take to the streets in the way with time and assessor afford. You know, if you're going to talk about another fuel hike, you're going to have some serious challenges. So I think this is going to require a lot of outside of the box thinking from government, but also I think it's very important to corporate South Africa doesn't look passively. We need to constantly look at what role can we play to support government in all these different initiatives. Again, the issues around political stability is going to be very critical for a country. Ngoba political stability, we do give our investors a bit of confidence which we are able to deal with our issues. And I think there's one positive thing we can take from, you know, if we look at how things have been going over the past year or two, is the independence of judiciary. I think that helps us, you know, hugely. Ngoba at least there's confidence in the rule of law. And I think for any economy in the world to be able to attract foreign investors, they want to have real confidence that there is a rule of law and people respect the judiciary and its independence. I think by virtue of seeing our political parties and any other you know, NPOs approaching the judiciary to preside over a number of issues, I think that is a vote of confidence in that sense. And all these things are very important for our economy and for the consumers ultimately, because you don't want to continue being rated the way our rating agencies have been rating us. I think if we continue to implement the we can look forward to seeing my improvement in South Africa, but it's all relative.
True, true. Now, you mentioned the role that we can play towards supporting the government. Letting the number, such as the fuel increase, such as the food price increase, nevet increase. Yini leungatse kushaya kakhulu tsine batheng lekumele ukuthi sikunake kahle next year.
Yeah, well, I think certainly VAT was a huge surprise, and then of course coupled with a series of fuel hike. The problem with that is that in South Africa, we are literally living from hand to mouth. And if you are living from hand to mouth and manage imali yakho ngebudget, you're going to have serious issues ngoba mase ubone ukuthi akusakhoneki people feel that the only option is to go and borrow money. And then unfortunately, when people start borrowing money for basic stuff like ukudla, transport, yabantwana, uniform, it becomes very, very tricky. But if you look at our trends about credit active consumers, I mean, we are one country where we have more loans than jobs. I mean, we have 16 million people who are economically active in this country. Mara, our credit active is over 25 million. So it means you've got more people who are not formally employed who have access to e-credit. So how we manage the issue of credit is going to be very, very critical. And I think this is the one contribution that private sector can play, especially financial institutions, to go out there and actually educate communities around the issues of managing money, issues around uksaver and so on. These things are going to be very critical. Again, it's a good thing government is starting to look at other instruments such as tax-free savings, where you're incentivizing abantu ukuthi babeke imali, and then incentivize them to do that by ensuring that you don't tax those people enough. The other issue I think government needs to revisit and need to go back to the table with Labour is the whole issue Yama pension fund reforms that government wanted to introduce. I know Labour had certain concerns. I think also the issue around was the consultation adequate and so on. We need to go back to those things. Risk is now in this country, only about 6% of South Africans can retire comfortably. A majority will retire into poverty simply because we are living from hand to mouth and there's no planning towards it. Again, this is not about creating anxiety in the system that they should worry about. But the thing is about if you don't plan, you are planning to fail.
Okay. Then kunyuka kwe-repo rate, kutabathinta kanjani labo labasetikweletini?
Yo, kakhulu, because maune sikweleti sendlu or imoto and all those things. As soon as the repo rate ikhuphuka, amabhange now azonyusa interest rate. So effectively it means monthly installment azonyuka ngoba repo rate inyukile, and then the bank will also correspond by increasing interest rate. And when that happens, it means if bojwayele ukuthi 1,000 rand igcwalisa itroli, it means the 1,000 rand you might find which is actually worth less than that. You're getting fewer items. And then if Yilungelo Lakho can only last you for 2 weeks in a month, you can imagine with the remaining 2 weeks kwenzakalani. Sesiba creative ngama-meals asiwadlayo emakhaya. Abantu abasakhulumi ngama-7 colors, bakhuluma nge-1 color, ipapa nenkomazi.
Right, njengoba nje lokho sesiyaku Christmas sesithole nemabonus labanye bethu. Ingabe ungasitshela kabanti ke bamanyeko ukuthi singayisebenzisa kanjani indzaba yebonus?
Yeah.
Nekundzaba yekuseva.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Yeah. Yabana njengoba singena kuma Christmas. Ungayi ekhaya ungakayenza ibudget ye holiday lakho ngoba uzothi mawufika ekhaya ungayiplanelanga ukuthi usacabanga ukuthi uzoyenzana ngayo, uzosithola so spend imali unganayo ngoba kuzoba ne expectation ukuthi hayi ufikile umntwana wethu successful ubuye egoli, and then bese uspenda yonke leyo mali. The best thing is that owecala mawuthola ibonus, zama ukuthi ukhokhe izikweleti zakho, zama ukuthi uthenge i-uniform, uthenge school uniform, ukuthi ungathi i-January ifika la nothola ukuthi awunamali so uzobolekana nemali. Abanye bazoshaya ivosho ngey'first zaka-January ku-ATM, acanga ukuthi i-ATM izomzwela ke imnika imali asale nebalance ye-6 rand. Unfortunately i-ATM ayikhuphi i-6 rand.
Alright, no, siyabonga kakhulu baba Manyiko. Sibeka kanjalo ke emaphethelweni elihlelo lethu namhla. Let me thank my studio guests for their time. Ngithanza ukubonga nani babukeli ngekuba nathi ke kuze kube nginyalo. Lo hlelo litawuphindwa ngalesina nga-11 ebusuku khona ku SABC 1. From me Simphiwe Ngongwane and the rest of the team, wishing you had a great and festive season. Till we meet again, cheers.